Nothing like that at all. Now, the next up is Supergirl, The Hell on Earth, issue number 15. This book, the writing is good, and you just definitely get the sense that Supergirl is so emotionally... She's been going through so much emotionally since in the last 15 issues. And then Hell comes into her life. And he starts saying all the right things. And it's just the way that he brings down Supergirl to his level and making her not think about the events that are actually happening is just really cool. It's just the mind games that Hell plays with Supergirl in this issue. Really, really cool. And the storyline, not really all that much happens in general until the ending. But it was another really good issue for Hell on Earth. Hell on Earth has been one of these events that I have high hopes for. And each issue brings a little bit more into this bigger grand scale of what's going to be happening in the Superman family books for a long time to come. There's been one thing that I've been really sad about the whole Superman family books in general, is that I felt that the books don't have any general direction. Hell on Earth event starts. And it feels like with this event, it's the new editor saying, we are going to make Superman family books feel more contact and make them feel more a part of something. And that's what we're getting in this book. We're getting everything from what Superboy is really dealing with to Supergirl and her emotional issues of being on Earth and not being able to talk to anybody, but now she is able to talk to people because Hell basically messes with her mind, and now she's able to talk in English. Just some really cool stuff happens in the Hell on Earth storyline. And if you're really hesitant about going into the Superman, any Superman book, because since the New 52, I will admit, Superman family books, terrible. But with Hell on Earth, they're bringing everything together, and they're making everything feel cohesive. There was one couple of bad things, though, about the Hell on Earth when it first began with Superboy and Supergirl, is that the artists, they didn't know how to make Hell look like. And so you see on here with the chest, with the family crest on him. Well, you saw in the interior art in the first couple issues that you saw Hell with that. And then you saw him without it, like in here. And now it's finally feeling like the artists are finally on the same page of what to do with the design of Hell. But overall, this was a fun issue. Nothing really seriously deep. But what we do get is a mind game that Hell is playing on Supergirl. So, enjoyable issue. I'm going to have to give it a 2.5 out of 5. There was one part that just really, really irked me really bad. Is that the artist, he was doing a really good job throughout the issue up until one part. And that is this part right here. Just the way he draws Superboy, and especially Superman. Superman, the way he looks sick as a dog. And he doesn't look like Superman whatsoever. And how hard is it to actually get Superman? Well, for this artist, and I've seen some other work from him, from Muhammad Asrar, is that when he draws Superman, he does a terrible, terrible job. And I don't see what the hell he was doing. I mean, ew. Just that couple of panels, especially this one of Superman's face, he just looks so freaking sick. Bad, bad, bad. And then you get to the regular art, and it looks like a different artist is on the book, and especially a different colorist. You're just like, what the hell? Really? What the hell? The ending is really shocking, and it's going to definitely be playing out where I think I know what exactly is going to happen. I'm not going to ruin here. Well, I'll give you my I think is going to happen. I think Hell is a clone, and I do think that at the end, this is what I really hope for, is that because Hell's been promising Supergirl that he's going to bring back Krypton. Superman basically tells him, there's no freaking way. I saw Krypton be destroyed. There's no way you could bring it back. I think it would be such a cool twist for Hell to be almost about to redo Krypton from being destroyed, but Superman stops it, and Superman's the one who basically doomed Krypton and doomed them from coming back. I think that'll be a cool little twist on there where Hell is actually the one doing the right thing, and Superman and his ego get in the way, and they stop everything from happening. So, Supergirl, issue number 15, gets a 2.5 out of 5. Fun book, but definitely had some bad parts with the art. Next up, Red Hood and the Outlaws, Death of the Family. I had such high hopes for this issue. This issue, I knew could have been so great. We had Jason Todd, who was killed by the Joker, finally confronting the Joker. And Scott Liddell, when he delves deep into the dark places of his soul, especially what we saw with the Zero issue of Red Hood and the Outlaws, he can do some great things. So I had some really high hopes for this issue. Now, first off, right off the bat, we just see Bullock going in, and we see Jason Todd and his girlfriend. Jason Todd tells Bullock, the Joker has basically poisoned my girlfriend. I'm going after the Joker, and you need to get her over to the hospital. A big old fight scene ensues with Jason Todd in a towel. And this fight scene was really fun. And I just liked, just everything about this whole fight scene. There was one really cool part, though. Is that as Jason Todd is thinking about his past with Bullock, you just definitely get a sense that he trusts Bullock. And it would be so cool if Bullock become Jason Todd's Jim Gordon. And I would love to see a scene where Bullock, he's over at the bar just taking some shots. Jason comes in, buys him a shot, and basically Bullock tells Jason what's going on in Gotham. And then Bullock turns around, and he sees that Jason's there. And he says, "Aren't you supposed to disappear by now?" And he's like, "Let me finish my drink first." I would love to see some more Bullock in this series, because Scott Liddell's definitely telling that there is a past between these two, especially when Jason Todd was the Robin in Gotham. So I just think that whole scene was really cool, and you just definitely tell that there's going to be some cool little character development with Bullock in Red Hood and the Outlaws. But the parts with the Joker in here, I felt were a little lacking. You never see the Joker really doing anything spectacular in this issue. But we do get a cool little scene where the Joker takes Jason and he puts him in like this little room, and we get this conversation between the Joker and Jason. And Jason goes and basically tells him, tries to trick him. He says, "Who am I really?" And you hear a little laugh from the Joker, and he says, "I don't want to ruin the surprise, little Robin." And you're just like, that was really cool. I did not expect that whatsoever. Is that Jason really, I do think that he does believe that the Joker knows exactly who they are. But just to get that little sense of the Joker, or Scott Liddell trying to trick us and make us think maybe the Joker really doesn't know. So some really cool scenes with that. But overall, the book just got a little bogged down with Roy Harper and Starfire. Their scenes were a little bit off. I mean, the pacing of the book was going, and then it would drop way off with the scenes with Roy Harper and Starfire. There is a scene in here where we do get the introduction to the little crossover that's going to be happening between the Red Hood and the Outlaws and the Teen Titans. Am I excited for that? I don't really know what to expect, because one thing I do know is that with the crossover with the Teen Titans, it never turns out good. I mean, all I remember is the cooling event that happened over the summer. It was god-awful. And to know that another crossover is going to be happening, I'm not really excited for it. I'm really not excited for anything with the Teen Titans lately. But there are some good little mindfucks with, I'm sorry I said that word again. I don't know why I'm saying that today. But there's some mind manipulation between the Joker and Jason Todd, which don't really go anywhere in this issue. The next issue is going to be pretty cool. It's going to be, I think, taking place in the Teen Titans, where we have Jason and Tim Drake in an event with the Joker. So, some okay stuff. Artwork, okay. It felt like that, especially with the artwork. The artwork in this issue felt like that DC, since they're such a big company and they have so many artists, they're like, okay, we'll put you on this book and we'll test you out. The artwork in here was a little off at times, a little rushed. Nothing terrible, but it definitely wasn't the previous artist type of artwork. Where the previous artist, his scale was just so grand and the storyline was so grand that when we get into this story arc, it just doesn't feel like the story that Scott Liddell wants to tell. So in the end, I'm going to give Red Hood and the Outlaws a 2.5 out of 5. I was kind of really expecting a lot more, but what I get, it was okay. It was definitely not the greatest Death of the Family tie-in of them all. Now another